Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Okay. I wonder. Let's see. Filters. Gain. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. I am talking. Here we go. Okay. Eh. Let's go ahead and go back to filters. Let's do this one. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Okay, I think that's good. Let's see. I wonder if I could share some music while I'm here. Let's do an example here. Okay. Let's try an example here. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I am talking over the music. Okay, I think that should do. Let me set up a few things. Trying to set up some music here. So Hey, let's do something a little bit unexpected. I've got something. Let's go here and that one because... Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm definitely playing that one. Okay. Alright. Guess I might as well go ahead and get this started. So, if you're just tuning in, hello. My name is Ian, and this is just a live stream of me doing something. What I'm doing is, well, first, I need to explain. Yeah, I am deep cleaning my primary capture card, the Hapag HD PVR2, because I tried plugging it in through USB and try to open the Hapag capture software, and for some reason it wouldn't display any video game footage. So yeah, that confused me, and I tried using a different USB cable, and that didn't seem to work. So I guess I figured that it's time to give this device a little bit of deep cleaning, since I have owned this for a good 13 years. So yeah, and yeah, the disassembly itself, it was a little bit tricky. For starters, like, this is the bottom, and there are two screws you need to remove, which is one right here and the other is right here. In fact, here they are. Then guess I'll put that aside. Let's see, I'm trying to remember how I disassembled this, but I do know that at some point it involved using this little pick to clip the bottom off of the hinge, and then I had to slowly but surely unclip everything until I eventually got to the motherboard. And yeah, here's the back plate. So we'll excuse me, we'll worry about those later. But yeah, I'm just going to right now. I did get the majority of the shells and the circuitry dusted and used rubbing alcohol to make sure that this is squeaky clean. The last thing I did before hitting the record button was use a heat gun so that I can get the heatsink off of this chip right here. So that's what it looks like. And here's the heatsink. I'm going to take off the thermal paste on both here so that I could apply new thermal paste by Insignia. I do have another brand that's better than this, but since I still have this, I might as well use up the majority of it left. So yeah, and the tools that I've used to disassemble all this is Hyper Tough, which you can get from Walmart. But yeah, I figured I'm just going to spend the remaining of the afternoon getting all this deep cleaned, reassembled, and testing to see if it will work. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and turn on some music, and I'm actually going to give this a small test to see if this will sound good, just in case if I do have to talk over the music. So let's see as an example here. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing. Alright then, that actually does sound good. And yeah, I mentioned a while back that I've acquired the first Mother soundtrack, and it's a reissue version. The 11th track, The World of Mother, is the extended version, and it also comes with a 12th demo track of Smiles and Tears. We're going to be listening to The World of Mother since that extended track is 23 minutes long, which is a-okay for me. So, yeah, let's go ahead and listen and get this fixed. Put you on the side. And one thing bad about these spudgers that comes with, well, any tool set is that, of course, it's plastic and it'll deteriorate over time. So, yeah, I'm going to have to get new ones. I wonder if I should use this. Oh yeah, okay. Thank goodness I have a lot of microfiber cloths, so I guess I'll use that to get the rest of the dried up thermal paste off of this heatsink before I work on the motherboard. This is how I usually get thermal paste off of a heatsink. So. Let's see. And it's just a heatsink, so you don't have to really worry about it. It's just literally a block. Kinda wish I... Oh! Ooh. I have an idea. Give me just 1 minute. I forgot I own this. Now I need to be really, really careful because I have accidentally cut myself with this before. Just be sure that your fingers aren't exceeding above this. So. And it actually is doing a pretty good job. Yeah, I did this exact same method when deep cleaning my original Xbox in preparation for modding it. Its heatsink on the GPU was extremely solidified, so I had to use a heat gun to remove it off of the circuit board and then replace the thermal paste on that. Okay, will this be doable? Not really, but a little goes a long way. And yes, I don't have a desk. I'm using my bed. There's not a whole lot of room in here for a desk anyways. And as you can see, a little bit is coming off. Yeah, I have my headphones off, so I know the music's playing, I just have no idea which part of the soundtrack of the game is being played, so it's going to be interesting. Yeah, it's not cleared yet, so, and I have a little bit of it on my thumb, yeah. Guess I'll clean that off. Yuck. I'm going to use a different side for this. Ooh. Look at that. The perfect shine. So yeah, if ever you want to scrape off old thermal paste off of a heatsink, get yourself a knife. And since this is done and clean, we'll do this next. Now, I don't recommend doing the knife method since you are working on very valuable components here, obviously. But for this, I want to see if I could use this method. But there's a little bit of thermal paste leftovers right there, so I might have to it's a little bit scattered here, so I'm not even wearing gloves. What's wrong with me? Safety first. Okay. I'm going to shake this out. Alright, let's put these two back, put you back. Alright. Let's see if this will work. Ooh, and it does. Okay, so, and yeah, as for Q-tips, I'm just using just some standard, you know, any brand of Q-tips is it's always viable, so, yeah. So let's see if just using this will work. If you need a refresher of a sort, yeah, this is what it looks like right here. I could always buy a brand new capture card from Hapag. I mean, I think I'm in the position to do so. But I don't know. I like to stretch my dollars. I tried using my other capture cards, and I tried testing out the Blackmagic Intensity Shuttle the other day, and it wouldn't record my standard definition video games unless it's in 60 frames per second. Which, even though some games on the original PlayStation and PlayStation 2 can output 60 frames per second depending on the game, when capturing the game, its info in the properties is 30 frames. So hey Amanda, good afternoon. Are you staying cool where you're at? Man, that was a tongue twister. Earlier I had some errands to do and I keep forgetting a few things, and I was walking under the sun dressed in black. That's good. Always stay cool, please. Where I'm at this week is going to be awful. I wonder, can you hear me fine? I know I'm playing music in the background. Do I sound a little bit louder than the music? Like, if it's louder, is it okay? Oh yeah, it is very, very hot. Alright. That's good. Yeah, you've just tuned in, so what you're watching me is deep cleaning and reassembling my primary capture card, because I tried plugging it in and opening my capture program and it wouldn't display an image. I tried unplugging and replugging, that didn't work. I tried switching cables, that didn't work. And I figured since it's been 13 years of owning this, it probably would benefit if I did some deep cleaning. And yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, just a simple stream of just me doing all this. So I'm hoping as soon as I get everything cleaned up around here, I'll reassemble it and test it. So yeah, just a, yeah, as the title implies, just a live stream, so yeah. And I also switched my software. My, in fact, I think I'll show you, I don't like doing this, taking off my rubber gloves and reusing them after I get a certain thing done. I do this at my job sometimes, since I've been told countless times that our supplies are needlessly expensive, but let me go ahead and switch to here. I switched programs. I used Streamlabs, and now I'm back to using OBS because I figured that the reason why my microphone keeps disconnecting itself from my streaming software is because of Streamlabs. So I'm hoping going back to OBS would negate that. If it doesn't work like that, then it doesn't work like that. If I keep getting disconnected from the mic, then yeah, I guess it is what it is. I'll just have to make sure to unplug it and replug it every other hour. So yeah, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I tried testing out my other capture card, the Blackmagic Intensity Shuttle, yesterday actually, and I tried testing out old games and it wouldn't capture old games unless it's 60 frames per second. The problem is old games tend to be interlaced, so 30 frames, and there wasn't an option to do 30 frames for that type of format. So I couldn't display like, say, Chrono Cross. I actually wanted to do a live stream where I was trying to figure out how that game works in regards to how to progress in the story. Maybe it's a sign. Maybe it's a sign that I'm not supposed to play the game right now. So, yeah. Apart from it being hot, where you're at, how have you been doing lately? Let's see. I still see a few marks. I wonder if I can... Yeah, I could probably... Let's see. Let's use this. I'll have to... I'll just do a double here. Okay, that is as squeaky clean as I can get it. Kind of, I see a few marks. I need to make sure that this is on camera. You know what's funny? I was originally, maybe several months back, I was thinking of live streaming myself cleaning electronics like this. Deep cleaning it, reassembling it, and see if it will function better. But that was before I realized I hate technology now. I hate fixing technology. There are just many devices out there that are purposely made to discourage you from fixing it yourself. And I think this is as clean as I can get it, so here's how it looks right now. Right there. Okay, so I guess I can throw these two out. Okay. Let me check something. Alright. Well, now that I've got that, now the real thing to do is I'm not going to reattach this yet. I need to apply new thermal paste, so let's go ahead and do that. And that was quite a bit of thermal paste for this component. I don't like that. So let's go ahead and apply. Yeah. Kinda wish I brought my spudger, but I think this will do. Okay, let's put this away because we are done with this. Alright, so now we need to place, like, this is how it looks right now with thermal paste. And now I'm going to attach the heatsink back on to here, and the heatsink itself has these two black clips on both sides. That way it keeps it in place. I had to pinch both of these just to make sure it disconnects. And then I realized that I had to use a heat gun to detach this from the motherboard. So with that, let's go ahead and gently put this in place. Okay, now let's clip this on. Okay, that's one. And that's two. Okay. well, the motherboard's done, so I can't take it off, so that's a good thing. And with that, I think we're done with the deep cleaning. So I'll have to reassemble this. And thankfully, I don't need the rest of my Q-tips anymore. And I don't think I need gloves either, so... yeah, for the heatsink, I was originally going to use this, but the wrench wasn't wide enough. This is as far as it can get, so I tried finding my other wrench, but I can't find it anywhere. So instead, I ended up using this to detach it off after I used the heat gun. So put you over there. I'll keep the rubbing alcohol just in case I need to clean some cables in a little bit. I'm going to assume that internet is weak where you're at, Amanda. Alright, now, next, let's see. I need the top. I need this. The top part of the device with the button on top. And it had this right here, which kept it in place, which is why I couldn't. In fact, speaking of which, I need to take that out. And let's go ahead and take that off. And here it is. And since this is the back side, it needs to be like that. So where the heatsink is, make sure it's facing right there. And I accidentally hit the mouse. Okay. I'm going to put this right over there. Alright, let's see. I need to make sure that this is aligned right. Because this doesn't look aligned. Oh. Wait. I think I know why. Hold on. Let me put you over there. I need this and this. So I need to, let's see. Oh, this is how. Okay. Make sure same applies, just upside down. Whoops. Make sure that the unit is like that. And make sure that the screw holes are aligned, which I'm trying my best here. There we go. And where the power input is, this is where you need to put this piece right here. In fact, I'll do it right here. It's very, whoops. Very little wiggle room. So, let's use this. Okay, is this as deep as it goes? I think. Okay, I think that's as good as it gets. So, okay, we don't need to have this anymore. But yeah, here it is, right there. Sorry for the focus. Alright, and now we need to put everything else in its place. So, I remember taking off the back plate of this first. So, let's see. Oh, okay. I'll need to reattach this, so let's see. Yeah, this is a very weird unit. Yeah, it also has points right here extruding. And there's, let's see if I can get this. You can see the hinges right there, 3 of them. Okay, and this this back plate also has hinges right here, here, and here. So let's see if I can get this on. I may have to duck down just to make sure everything looks good. And I think I might have accidentally broken off a hinge on one part, sadly. Oh, I got that in, so next is this, I think. Okay, I think I got that. Okay, and trying to make sure. Part of me was afraid of doing this to begin with. Now I can't get it back on. Oh, felt that. Oh, kind of. Oh, that did not sound right. I did not like that sound. This is correct. I have no idea why this won't snap into place. Oh, I think, yep, there we go. Okay, got it. Alright, maybe I should take that advice to some consideration in buying a darn capture card later on down the line, if this fails on me. But anyways, before we put this back on, we need to put this back on, which is for the optical audio input and the IR blaster input. And how this works is that it has pins on the bottom, which you can see right there, and you need to insert them right here. Okay, and thankfully all of these are available, so do that. Okay, yep, and that's how it should look. So let's go ahead and put this back on. Make sure the holes are aligned. Okay, and make sure this is aligned. I remember the last time trying to disassemble this, I reassembled it and the IR input was out of alignment. But thankfully this is easy. So, as you can see, all those are aligned. Okay, this one, the light is a little bit interesting, because I can't remember if it's supposed... I can't remember if the trapezoid design is supposed to be on top or at the bottom. So I want to test out pointing it towards up, so. I mean, it seems like that'd be the case. Yeah, because there's nothing on the bottom, so it would make sense for it to be right there. The problem is it won't snap on. So let's see. Is there anything in the way is the real question. Oh yeah, I don't like that. Okay. I might have to see a proper disassemble video in order to make sense of this. Well, let's see here. This... Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, there's a hinge. There's a dot right there. That won't fit on here. But hold on. If that's right there, then why can't I? Let's see. Yeah, it won't fit there. So... Oh, okay. I see it. Alright. I guess it's better if I show it to you. Right here, if you could see it, right where this is, there's a little square look to it. And this... there's a square right next to this dot right there. That's where I need to put it. So, alright, it has to be like that. Alright, I didn't think they'd have that type of... I didn't think they would do that. Interesting. Okay, that was simple. And it's not coming off, which means this was indeed correct. And I think I forgot something. Oh, I forgot to take these two small screws, so... Yeah, one of them goes right there. Yeah, you can see that. So... Okay. And the other one goes... right... if I can get to it... right there. Alright, I'm making sure... Well, okay, I guess I can take these back to my kit. Alright, so let's put this back on. And just like the top part, there should be... Not should. There is. There are hinge clips on the bottom, which you can see. And unfortunately, one of the clips is broken, so I hope to not disassemble this anytime soon. Alright, and that's it. Looks like that's how you do it. I think. I've noticed that the IR input is... Oh, that's why. Okay. That got clipped, that got... That's not clipped. Why is that not clipped? Get in there. I said get in there, fool. Okay, that's that, and that one. Okay, that's good. They're all clipped. So that's how it should all look. Now we could finally put this back on. And I forget where. Let's see. Let's see if any of these make sense. Okay. This is how. I've noticed that there are 3 dots right here, and there should be 3 dots here. One of them's broken. So yeah, 3 dots at the bottom, which you can barely see, in contrast to the 3 dots at the bottom, which you can kind of see both, and you can clearly see the broken one. Okay. I'll say, I guess that wasn't that bad. Alright. That did not take long, surprisingly. And last but not least, just screw those last 2 long screws, and there you go. With that ends the reassembly and deep cleaning of my Hapag HD PVR2. I'm definitely going to have to buy another one sometime soon, so... Alright then, how long am I into that song? Where's my mouse? There you are. Oh, I'm a little bit over halfway, so... 48 minutes? Huh, interesting. Okay. Well, I guess I'll turn off the music. Well, no, I'll keep it on. I'll keep it on. But in the meantime, I'm going to switch perspectives. So I'm going to put everything away and rearrange my room. That way I can get this set up and put my laptop back in its original position. And with that, we'll give this thing a test drive. So, see you in just 1 minute. in just a second. Too bad I can't go to properties and switch. Well, let's go to. Well, this is awkward. Well, you can hear me, but darn it. I feel like I'm missing. Oh, okay. Let's go to properties then, if we can. Let's try this. Go back to this. There we go. Okay. Here I am. Yep. And turn off desktop audio. I forgot that I combined two things within my okay. Let's go here. Yeah, I forgot I combined two tabs within OBS, so okay, I need to go to properties if it's possible. Darn. Okay. It's not displaying. That's interesting. Why won't it display? Well, in the meantime, let's figure this out somehow. So, going to fire up Hapa Capture and see what the heck is going on. Okay. If that's the case, then let's go back to here, go to source, remove this, and go here, go back to me, and whoops. I'm trying to unplug and replug, so I guess let's switch to this. I'm still here, so. Okay. Let's try Hapa Capture again. Yeah, the problem with the Hapa Capture now is that when on default, it doesn't just have a blue light at one corner. Now it's just aqua green. And, I wonder what I should do. Let's see. Kind of wish this device has a proper diagnosis. can't even update the program within the software. Hmm. That is so bizarre. Now the light is blue. Hmm. No, I know the standby should be green. Now it's aqua green. My bad. Alright. Hmm. Yeah. I wonder if... Let's see. Hmm. Maybe that's the case. I think I have to unplug. I mean, granted, the power supply isn't unplugged. I just unplugged it like that when I'm not using it, so I probably might have to. Okay, if that's the case. Alright. Well, with that, again, I will be right back. Sorry about that. Well, I tried looking everywhere, and it doesn't seem like there might be an effective enough way to get this diagnosis done with my capture card. Now it's plugged in and it's connected to my computer. The standby color is blue at the corner where the record button is. But when I go to open a pod capture, it's going through the motions, the light's flickering, and normally the standby light would be a green light at the corner, but it's aqua green. You know what's worse about looking for repair videos on YouTube? They're a decade and a half old with no updates whatsoever on the fixes. Great. I might have to, if I can't get this fixed soon, I might have to buy a brand new capture card altogether. Well. Oh well. Great. Well, on the plus side, I'm still on my break. I haven't recorded anything. Downside is that once I do come back, I'll have nothing to use. Well. I actually tried finding different power supply cables within my drawers, and I couldn't find one that's compatible enough with my capture card. So, well, shoot. This is annoying. Well, I guess that's it for this live stream video. Well, Amanda, if you rewatch this later, thank you for chiming in. And I hope to see you again. But, yeah, I think that's it. So, I guess I'll see you later. Bye.